Hi, it's Trevor Smith, Incline Village Realtors 2020 president, and I'm here today with Mary Danahey and Bryan Wallpe in a fundraising effort for the schools. We have the middle school that needs about $100,000 in tech funding for computers, and I will turn it over to Mary for some more details.
Hi, I'm Mary Danahey. I am co-founder and president of the Incline Education Fund, a nonprofit dedicated solely to the K-12 schools here in Incline Village. We are trying to raise, as Trevor said, $100,000 to give every student in Incline Middle School a laptop. As you parents know, it is impossible to learn remotely without a device. So now more than ever, our students need their own devices. The remote side of a hybrid learning environment only works if everyone has a device. I'm going to keep saying that. Everyone needs a device. All of our students need devices. Our teachers are there to teach, not be IT consultants. So unless everyone is on the same device or even has a device and not a phone or isn't sharing a device with their siblings, they need to have a device. 35% of our Incline Middle School students are sharing a device with a sibling or a family member. And the device could be a laptop, it could be a Chromebook, it could be a phone. Those are not effective ways of learning. This, again, teachers are losing valuable instructional time by not having their own devices. Even if there wasn't a pandemic, however, those Incline Middle School students need their own devices. As we've seen with the high school, that has already gone one-to-one, and many of you were part of that fantastic fundraising effort. They hit the ground running when COVID hit. They didn't skip a beat because they had devices and they were trained in them. But even without the pandemic, our middle school students are losing time their freshman year trying to get caught up in learning how to use their device to learn. So if we can give them their devices now, they will be ready to hit the ground running when they get to high school.
Thank you, Mary. And Bryan, you're part of our Good Neighbor Committee. You brought this to us as a fundraising effort. Why is this important? Why now? Why the realtors and the affiliates? Why did you think this was important?
Thanks, Trevor. Well, I think it's important based on what just Mary said, the need. There are a lot of us in the real estate community that have had some pretty good years. This has been a banner year for most of us. In terms of sales and our commissions. And so I think it's just the perfect opportunity to support the local schools, the middle school directly, and, make some donations here so we can solve this challenge right now, because these kids in middle school are really, with COVID and everything else happening, there are significant challenges in our community. So this is really a great way to give back. And as you all know, if we strengthen our schools, that helps our community in a number of ways, but it certainly attracts more families to our community, full-time families, and that will continue to contribute to us here locally. So I just think it's perfect timing for us all to, especially with year end coming up and tax deductibility of these donations. I just think it's an ideal time to support this cause, and I'm 100% behind it. So I'm good for $1,000.
Well, that makes two of us. Amy and I are in for 1,000, and I issue a challenge to all of our members. And thank you, Bryan, by the way, for bringing this to our committee. And I know that it has the strong support. Janet Paul stepped up. She's in for 1,000. Obviously, we only need 97 other people at 1,000, or if someone can't afford $1,000, maybe 100, 200, 500, whatever. And we're setting a deadline of December 25th. We have to make the donations prior to the end of the year, so that'll give us some logistics time to move the money. And we'll have a link below that will allow you to donate directly. And this is a great cause. I think the deductibility part of it is really give back to the community. And Bryan, I applaud you for bringing this to us. And Mary, thank you so much for reaching out to us. And I really look forward to making this a success for you, for our middle school students, and really for the benefit of the community. I urge all of our members to seriously consider this. Obviously it's fully deductible. And so it's something we should do, and I would love to get this done. I would really appreciate your help and backing on this, and please feel free to share this with anyone that you think might have similar interests, and thank you for your time, both of you. I really appreciate it.
Thanks. Hey, I want to do a quick little shout out to Mary too. Thanks for all your energy and support of our schools, Mary. I mean, you know, this wouldn't have come to my attention had Mary and I not talked, and I know your efforts are tireless, Mary, and you and your team. And so thank you very much. It means everything.
Thanks, Brian. I appreciate you being so receptive to the idea. But I cannot thank you guys enough for stepping up to help with this. As you know, this is a huge lift, and to ask a community to raise $100,000 in 6 weeks is a big ask. So I could not do it without you guys. So I really, really appreciate your help.
Well, thank you, Mary.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
We can get it done. I have faith.
So do I. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
nice to see you outside of the IVGID thing.
Yeah, thank you.
You shouldn't be excluded from learning just because you don't have a laptop. Help us bring a positive long-term solution to this very immediate problem.